Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back to what's kind of another episode of Transport Fever 2, although it's not really. We're following the Qantas here as it heads over to Seoul. Now, the whole point of this video is we are coming to the end of this map, the tropical island map with the Russian and Asian vehicles. Now, it's been a lot of fun, and I will sort of clean it up and make it better. Then we'll do a blast from the past episode like a year from now, when I've actually had the time to get round to making it all neat and tidy. But yep, this is going to be deciding what map we're going to do next. Now, it's sort of a toss-up between the UK and America. There were other maps that were like the whole size of Europe, but even at megalomaniac size, you wouldn't get all the trains. Performance would be totally annihilated. Better pick maybe one country and use all the vehicles from that country. I was also looking for an actual Russia, China, Japan map that encompassed everything, but even with the huge experimental map sizes, yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Plus, you need something as well that's not going to totally destroy the performance of your PC. Now, my PC's pretty decent, but my god, it's struggling here. We're still at 30 frames. We're averaging about 30 frames, so that's actually pretty decent. If this was Transport Fever 1, I would say we're probably about 10, 15, probably half that, 30. Does this actually make any money? It's delivering 42 people from one side of the map. It did. It made a couple of quid. Good for you. Right, so this map is near done, and then we'll be moving on to a new map. Now, we'll go to the first map now. Now, most of these are all experimental map sizes. Can't remember what the names of them are, but we'll head to the first one now. So, this is map number 1. It's a USA map. It's not exactly, as we would call it, geographically accurate. I mean, New York isn't on the mainland here, and most of the cities are all like sort of in a line, but you could still get some pretty cool routes and plant some industries down in the middle and stuff. Now, as you can see here, New York's got this weird shopping basket. That's because I've got a mod installed, and it's the Expanded Industries mod, so we can get sort of more stuff. Now, I'll explain that in just a minute, but here is the map. It actually looks pretty cool. There's some very pretty stuff around here, and yep, it's got a lot of towns as well. So, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, heading out to the west coast. Is it west coast? Yes, heading out to the west coast. Everything's sort of in a line, so it'd be pretty easy to connect stuff up. But, yeah, I'd also have to place a lot of industries as well. But some of the scenery in the middle of the map is pretty nice. I really like this. I'm thinking about getting like a dam or something in here and filling this up. That would be pretty cool. There's lots of cities, lots of rivers. There's cool stuff like this, which is pretty neat. We'd have to just throw industries around the map. It won't actually populate random industries in here, which is unfortunate. Victoria, Lubbock, Vernon, Watertown, Columbus, Ohio. So there's a lot of places. Here are all the industries. I'm just going to go through there in a minute. It doesn't matter what map we do, we'll be doing these. So that's fine. Del Rio, and then it comes to like sort of desert sort of land. Here's like the mountains here beside Colorado. Is it beside Colorado? It should be. Colorado Springs is over here. Roswell, New Mexico, they were into sort of like a desert area, which I think is pretty cool. So it is actually quite a nice map. I think it looks really pretty. Obviously all of these are all demanding tools and construction materials. We'll change up some of that. Goes as far as Los Angeles. Now, there's no Canadian towns on the map. I suppose we probably could get a few Canadian towns along the top here. We'll just have a look. Grand Forks, what a name. Omaha, yep. Columbus, Waterton, Fargo, Lincoln. Yeah, so there ain't none. But it's pretty cool. And, well, game's escaping with me there. Again. In sandbox mode as well, you can actually place towns. So you could turn around and say, like, capacity, medium, commercial, random, say, cheese, and fuel. That's exactly what a town needs. And it actually built Phoenix. Do we have a Phoenix? That is interesting. Now, Phoenix would be over here, right? Beside in New Mexico. Ah, Phoenix is there. Let's maybe plant another town somewhere, but we can't actually add places in if we need to. We've got a lot of room. Let's maybe add a city right there. West Valley City. Is that a real place? It could very well be. Again, it's requesting fuel and cheese. But hey ho. We won't actually save this. There's a few little Easter eggs and things that the map creator has placed in. But yep, here are the industries. Now we'll turn the industries on. Now I'll show you it once in this map, and then obviously whatever map we choose will have this in it. So that was the first American map. We've also got another UK map, another American map, a Europe map that I'm a bit on the edge that I probably won't do. It's probably the one everyone's going to vote for as well. And I think there's 2 UK maps, 2 USA maps, and a Europe map. But let's switch on the industries. So we have standard industries, the way it was meant to be in Transport Fever 2, the way the devs set it up. A goods factory requires plastic and steel. Yep. Refined oil to make plastic. Yes. Refined oil to make fuel. Yes. Crude oil sent to a refinery to make oil. Yes. Machines. Wood and steel. Yes. Steel, coal and iron. Yes. Grain on its own. Stone on its own. Stone into combat materials. Wood on its own. Wood into planks into tools. Coal on its own. Iron ore on its own. And oil on its own. Right. They are the standard in-game versions that we currently work with. Now the expanded industry mods adds things like cattle or fish into meat, which is nice. Standard livestock farm will send grain to a cattle farm, which is nice, or grain to a distillery, Rawlins Alcohol Distillery. It's pretty cool. Now these were in the base game, in the scenarios, so they've just been taken out of the scenarios and fired into something. Yeah, fired into the map editor. So we've got here Rawlins Coffee Farm. Now this takes coffee berries and turns it into coffee beans. Very nice. There should actually be a third thing there, because a coffee bean does actually look different. There's a different image for it. Old El Paso Fishery, we could fire a couple of them on the coast or at the rivers. Old El Paso Steel Mill, the return of slag if you do iron ore and coal, which is good. Silver ore mine on its own. I'm assuming that goes to something. Logs into paper. Yep, that makes sense. What's this? Oil sand. Now, oil sand, it is actually a thing, but you would send it directly to a refinery. Yep. You would send it straight to get. Yep, that makes sense, right? Old El Paso marble mine. That's pretty cool. And we've got silver ore into silver bars. Right, we shall continue on. What else do we have? Oh, grain into plastic. This was a thing you could do in Transport Fever 1. It is a thing that happens in real life. Here we have goods. So, 1 plastic and 1 wood equals 1 good. 1 plastic and 1 paper equals another good. 1 plastic and 1 steel, or 1 silver bar. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's like an advanced goods factory. Steel into tools, which it probably... that should probably be a thing. Meat, coffee beans, and alcohol into food. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Right, here we go. Oil sand into fuel, or just sand. That makes sense as well, because the oil would be separated from the sand, the oil would be refined, and the sand would be left as a byproduct. It's actually a nightmare to get rid of the sand, because it's not 100% clean. I know, because I've worked with this stuff before. Right, Old El Paso Machines Factory. A silver bar and iron into a machine. That makes more sense than the current wood and plastic into machines, but you could have both. Construction materials plant will take slag, sand, marble, stone to make that. Marble and stone to make that. That's pretty interesting. Mail, the return of mail. Put these into your cities, pick them up from one place, take them to another. Hey presto, mail. There probably will be bus stops, buildings. Where's the buildings? Ah, they're not in here. Towns. There's no train icon either. I'm slightly confused. So build a road connection. Yes. Then how does one deploy vehicles? I mean, date speed 1850. Do I need to change this? Let's make it 1851. I think we're still in the sort of like map editor. Let's do difficulty medium, easy. Huh. So how do we get vehicles? That's totally confusing. That's something I'll have to look at. Main connections. Yep, we're still in the sort of map editor. How do I turn this off? Right, resume. Don't know. Let's just continue on. So mail, grain, and for cows, and then turned into milk. Grain and alcohol. Yep, that makes sense. I think we've had that. Yeah, but this one's 2 grain into 1 alcohol. So you've got one slightly more efficient thing. 3 logs gives you 2 planks and 1 wood powder. 2 grain equals 1 cow. 1 bread, milk, meat, or cheese gives you food. Okay, right, what's this? Newspapers, that's pretty cool. Paper into newspaper, yep. Coffee bean and coffee beans into coffee bean. Same again. These two are the same. They're slightly strange. Don't know why they're like that, but it's okay. I've maybe just added them twice, so we'll delete that. That's what the issue is. Right, cows into meat, pretty cool. Obviously milk into cheese, that's quite obvious. And we have wood pulp into paper as well. So there we go, the standard 2 into food farm. Did I not have that up there? No, it looks like I did not. So there is also other cool things in here. If you go right to the end, there's a little coffee shop. Now this works as a factory. Give it coffee, it will consume coffee, it's happy to do so. Place one of them in your towns, send coffee beans in. I think that's really cool. Now it's got paper shop and fancy goods, but hey ho. We've also got a butcher shop. These are just little in-town models from the game, but they're pretty cool. So again, this will accept meat, and you'll get paid for it. That's really interesting, because you can get like large trains and things heading off with cattle to the meat factory, and if there's one of these in your town, just deliver excess meat to there, earn some cash. So that's also pretty cool. What else do we have? Pub, sweet, cheese shop. Every town needs a cheese shop. Quick Bite, it's like fast food. I'm assuming these models might change over time. And this is a tool shop. So this will accept tools or planks. Interesting. Our Quick Bite here looks slightly more new age, but it will accept alcohol and food. Our cheese shop will accept cheese, obviously, and our pub will accept alcohol. So that's really cool. Now again, I'm totally confused as to why. I mean, do I actually have to build a headquarters before I can build anything else? No, I'd probably have to take sandbox mode off. Yeah, I can only build roads, I can't build vehicles. Okay, cool. And then dog turds transport. What? This must have been the author of the map that did that. That's a good one. Good job I noticed that. But dog turds transport is pretty cool. So these industries we will be using in whatever map we do. This was just a quick look at this map. Obviously I'll have to change some of the industries. I can't actually delete them, right? Yeah, goodbye. Right, so that is pretty cool. We'd have to change some of the stuff in here as well. Now I added the mod that gives you like extra industries over time and stuff like that. And I think this is part of it. Like, is it? Don't actually know. I'll have to play about with them and see how they actually work. But there's one map, and we shall move on to the next map. So, here is map number 2. Now, I've started way down south. We'll actually start bottom southeast corner. So, there is a tiny little smidgen of France here, which is interesting. We'll have to. I haven't uploaded the industries yet, so I don't know how they'll fare on this map. But yeah, this is a mega huge map of the UK. Lots of towns. Some of them are quite close together, but I think you could get some pretty accurate historical routes connecting from some of the towns. It looks like there's a lot of coal and stuff here in Wales, just like there would be in real life. All the way down to Penzance at the bottom. Now that says Exeter. Is it not supposed to be Exeter? Or maybe it is Exeter. Is there another Exeter? Don't know. But moving up, we've got all the usuals, Hull, so we could use like Hull trains for sort of rocking around here. Maybe if we had some sort of smaller towns around the edges to make up some branch lines and stuff. Well, before we go up through Scotland, we'll go past Ireland. So about half of Ireland is in, but still, it's pretty cool. We've got the island of Douglas, Blackpool, Liverpool, Carlisle, Kendal, Newcastle, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Edinburgh, Stirling, and the absolute hell is the Highlands of Scotland. There is actually a train that goes from like Inverness, Aviemore, Fort William. Excuse me. How one would get that in, I don't know. Here's Aberdeen. Here's where I stay, just sort of north of Aberdeen. There is a train that goes down Dundee, St Andrews, Edinburgh. There's also one that continues down and goes all the way down the coast to London town. Now, it doesn't look like they've actually got London. It just looks like they've got... No, London's here. There's the Thames. So, mega large map of the UK. It will obviously have the industries, which will be nice. But yeah, it's pretty epic, this. It's pretty huge. This looks kind of challenging, although I'm pretty confident I could get a train in there and then into Elgin. Now the train does actually split off and go to Aviemore, but one would have to come from Inverness and then go back. And how the hell are we supposed to get it up there? By some madness, one would imagine. Now, Aviemore is kind of high up, but it'd be more like down here. Yes, how would one get a train up there? I can't actually build a road as like a test. Oh yeah. Massive, huge bridge. Now we could actually set that as high. Whoa, that's actually pretty huge. Oh my god. Right, that leveled out and did things unsuspectingly. Whoa, the frame rate is getting absolutely hammered with this huge. Good job I put no cost mod on. Right, remove this. Look at it from here. I mean, we could actually like pull the train line down here, have it swing around. Again, we're getting weird bridge. Now, I know road can go steeper than rail. I'm not a complete moron. Maybe have you come down a touch. Whoops. Okay, doesn't like down a touch. I mean, we could absolutely, because there ain't much tunnels. There are some. We'd have to figure something out. So this map's going to prove challenging as well. Now the train would just continue on to Fort William here. Does it go to Oban? And I don't think it actually does. I think, no, maybe it does. I have actually been to Oban, but I've not been there in a very long time. How you would get a train station in here? Maybe if you flattened all this out and removed some of the town. That's the problem. Scotland is not flat. It is this just mountains and stuff. Especially up in the north here. As you get further down, it sort of flattens out slightly. But yeah, there's our map of the UK. Norwich and down there. So that's another map. Again, it would be super duper challenging, but there's a lot of British trains on the Steam Workshop. and it would be nice to use them. So that is map number 2. Okay, so this is map number 3, and as you can see, it's a map of the UK, and it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities on it. Now it's pretty huge if we zoom in. Nah. Right, it's actually not. It's actually a map of Europe. So we've got the UK, but as you can see, there are not many towns on here. Now we could do something like add a city, capacity small, maybe add it there and say, look, that's Newcastle, that's East Cowes. Nice, East Cowes is very nice. We could make it even smaller. We could go up here and say, look, it's actually Dundee. And then up here would be like Aberdeen. Over here we could say, look, there's Glasgow. So we could add towns in. We could have like Wick up here as well. But yeah, so we could do that in all of the regions if we wanted. Now it comes down here, France, into the Alps. These mountains are hideous. I have actually smoothed these because I wanted to see what it looked like. So these ones are actually smoothed, and these are what they look like once the game is finished. There's actually a road in here that I did not see until I started smoothing stuff. I had no idea that was in there. I don't know if this is a real road. It probably is, through the Alps. I would imagine quite a fair amount of it would be tunnelled, though. And then it pops out this way and you get into Geneva. So we've got Italy as well. I'm surprised there's nothing over here. Is this like Malta or something? Or Gibraltar? Can't remember. So we've got our Spanish stuff over here. We've got, is this Morocco? Tunis? Don't know. Catania? No idea. It's Sicily, right. Italy, and then we head over Eastern Europe, Belgrade, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. We've also got Scandinavia as well, Poland. Woof, there's everything. Germany, Denmark. Looks like Sweden, but not Finland. Finland has been cut off, which is a shame because there are some mods from Finland. Norway's pretty much non-existent either. It's been cut off as well. Should be Norway up here. Sweden and Finland should be up here. But looks like it's gone. But yeah, that is the actual Europe map. Now, I'd have to take a smoothing brush to most of this. As you can see, most of the land has this weird sort of lumps and bumps in it. Don't want to obviously smooth it all, but this is quite bad, some of it. I mean, it's just oofed. I mean, it's probably not that flat in real life, but this, all that stuff just sort of kills the frame rate. All these little nooks and crannies that the game has to sort of render in. Does not like it at all. I mean, this part over here near Germany, I think I built a random road here to see what it would actually look like. I don't know where the said road is now. It's in here. Somewhere. Where did I build that road? Can't remember, but yes, all this would probably have to flatten it. Now, with the large tool and stuff, it wouldn't take too long. The only thing it would take me super long is downloading like every mod for all of these countries off the Steam Workshop. Yep, that would take some time. Now there is snow here, which I like, but this won't do. This is quite bad. So each map's got its little things that we're going to have to sort of fix. But yeah, they are cool though. and you could get some interesting routes on the go. I mean, this here I like. For some reason I like this. This looks proper mountainy. This just looks like, I don't know, something. But there you go. There is map number 3. It's a map of Europe, and obviously severely lacking in towns for each place, but there are a lot of towns on here. 38 or something, not including the ones I just added. So yeah, adding even more towns, probably not such a good idea. We've even got Athens down here in Greece. Don't have any. I'd probably get an airport for Athens, but where the hell would you put it? Like, you'd have to flatten all this out, build the airport over here. Again, we've got no buildings because we're in sandbox or creator mode. But yeah, it's very interesting. So there is map number 3. It's a map of Europe. Now I probably won't do this because the sheer amount of time it would take me to sort everything and download all the trains and vehicles I need would just take too long. Would be out of transport fever for at least a week or something. But yeah, that is map number 3. Now this is map number 4. It's a map we should all know well, or at least some of you guys who have been on the channel for a while now, because I've attempted this map twice previously and it's ended in disaster, just because there were so many mods on it. A couple of mods got deleted, disaster, lost the game. It looks slightly different. We've got some slightly different shades of terrain, proper desert here, like arid sort of wasteland, the Dust Bowl sort of brownish. We've got the mountains up here, and we've got some new cities as well. We've got Topeka. What else is new? I think Houston's new. Don't think Houston was there before. Little Rock, definitely new. Montgomery, yep, new. So it is actually bigger, definitely bigger. Pittsburgh, Montauk, New York, Boston, Bangor. I'd love to get New Haven in somewhere as well. We've got Toronto and Montreal, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Nashville, St. Louis should be down here somewhere. Maybe it's not in this one. Oklahoma City. St. Louis there. I mean, looking at the terrain, it's a lot nicer than it was in the previous one as well. These were like, now this is still rather high up. I mean, we'd have to delete that. We'd have to take that down a peg. But Minneapolis, Billings, Omaha, Salt Lake City, Denver, Grand Junction, that's new. Reno, Boise, that's new. Redding's new. St. Bakersfield is new. Las Vegas looks nice in the desert there. Phoenix, Arizona was there. San Diego, that's definitely new. Sacramento, Redding, Portland, that was there before. Seattle, Spokane, Billings, yep. So there it is. There is map number 4. Now, each one I'll add the new industries mod and we'll randomly generate which towns need which. I mean, we can do that here. I mean, industries, keep existing industries, towns. We can place random towns. We don't want to do that. We want to keep the towns where they are, in the correct place, sort of geographically. But yeah, that's that's map number 4. So as always, we'll put it down to a vote. Not many people watch or comment on these videos, so the vote I might just end up choosing on my own. I think that's supposed to be like the Grand Canyon, possibly. But yeah, put it down to a vote. You guys vote for your 4 maps. I'll leave descriptions below, and just bear in mind we will be using this sort of added extended industries mod, which will be pretty cool as well. So leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think. I would like to do a UK one, that would be cool. There are a lot of UK mods in Steam Workshop, so it'd be smart. I'd love to do one of them. Maybe do the USA one after. The Europe one just seems a bit time consuming at the moment, but I shall see what you guys say, and we'll leave it there for now. So that's going to be it for me. As always, I would love to see your likes, comments or dislikes, comments especially, to see which map you prefer. But yep, that's going to be it for me on the map showdown, and I will catch you later.